My name is Jay and this is Max. Welcome to Bourbon and a Baby. Today we are going to talk about 5 tips for new dads from a new dad. And real quick before we get started, Max and I would like you to take a quick second to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. We really appreciate it. Alright, tip number 1, don't be afraid to hold your baby. If you're like me coming in as a new dad, you are terrified of newborn babies, because I was terrified of newborn babies. I was always the person that if a friend or a family member had a new baby and they asked me if I wanted to hold it, I would always politely decline, because that just wasn't my thing. They're so fragile, you feel they're so little, you feel like you might break them. But trust me, it doesn't take long. You will get the hang of it. You will be a pro at holding babies in no time. In fact, once your babies start to grow up a little bit and you see new little babies, you're going to want to hold those babies too. So I do have a couple of tips on how to hold your baby, so check that out. Alright, first hold is the football hold. So you just pick them up, make sure your hand is under the neck, put the other hand under the butt, and then you just prop into your arm just like that. This is probably the easiest and most comfortable hold that you'll have. What do you think, Max? You like it? Alright, the next hold is we're going to kind of pick him up straight. I'm going to put both hands underneath his head to support his head. Obviously, Max is older and can support his own head. Your baby won't be able to do that, so just make sure you have a good grip. Alright, here we go, buddy. Ready? He's picking himself up. Your baby won't do that. Just like that, and over the shoulder, and you'll rest your baby's head on your shoulder. Again, Max is lifting his head up. Your baby won't be able to do that, but that is the other hold that is probably the easiest and most comfortable hold to have. And tip number 2 is to embrace those late nights. Let's be honest, you are going to have a lack of sleep, especially those first 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how your baby ends up starting to sleep. You can deal with it a couple different ways, but in my experience, the best way is to just lean in, realize that you're going to have late nights, and try to make them useful to you. So that means if you're waking up with your baby, I would have times where Max would wake up at say 4 a.m. I would get up with Max to feed him and to just hold him until he fell back asleep, which sometimes would take a long time because babies aren't on a natural sleep schedule at first. So I would use that time to watch some shows that I've been wanting to watch. So for example, when Max was first born, on Netflix, The Umbrella Academy was a relatively new show I was really interested in. I watched that whole season of Umbrella Academy in I think less than a week, because I did it when I was up late with Max. Max and I also stayed up late during those times, and we started watching a lot of the Marvel movies from Iron Man 1 all the way through. Well, I didn't make it all the way through, but we started there and worked our way up. So yeah, I use that as a time to kind of catch up on some things that I had been wanting to watch, because what else are you going to do at that time, right? You can listen to music, do whatever, but just try to embrace that time as opposed to letting it kind of bring you down. You'll enjoy that time with your baby a lot more if you do that. Tip number 3 for new dads from a new dad is to be an active dad. Be an active participant in raising your child. This child is one half you, so at least be one half of the parent, right? Don't rely on your partner to take care of everything as far as the baby is concerned. Get in there and change those diapers. Feed your baby if you're able to, depending on the situation. Get up at late nights with the baby. Do your part. Give your partner a break if necessary. Take your baby out on walks. Just be that active dad. Bond with your child. I want to help promote good dads and being a good dad. So that means being an active dad and having a role in your child's life, an active role in their life. So we want that to be the norm, and not the norm of being a passive parent or the secondary parent. We want dads to have just as active as a role in their child's life as moms. So be that dad. Tip number 4 is that it's okay to get frustrated. You will definitely get frustrated. Having a baby in the house, especially as a new parent, as a new dad, is extremely frustrating because of lack of sleep and all the other things. Everything's new, right? So it's okay, you're going to get frustrated. It doesn't make you a bad dad. See, even Max agrees. Just know your limit. If you get to a point where you are getting too frustrated, hopefully maybe your partner's home or somebody else is there, you can just say, I'm going to need you to step in on this one, and you can walk away and take a little break and collect yourself. I had to do that one particular incident. Max was just a couple of weeks old. I was trying to change his diaper. He was just moving around all over the place. I was having a really hard time. I was on little sleep, and I couldn't handle it anymore. So I had to, reach out to my wife, who luckily was right there, say, I'm going to need you to finish this off for me. And I went and I took a little break for myself. So just recognize when that happens, when you hit that frustration level. If you are by yourself when that happens and you are just at a boiling point, it's okay. Make sure you put your baby in a safe place, like a pack and play or their crib or somewhere where they'll be okay. And even if they're screaming at the top of their lungs, just walk away. Take a couple minutes and collect yourself. It's okay to be frustrated. It happens to us all. Just learn how to handle it. Last but not least, tip number 5, enjoy this time. Soak it in. Babies are only babies for a really short amount of time. They don't do a whole lot, but they rely on you for everything. They can't do anything for themselves. So enjoy that. And they're so little and they're so fun to just hold and to cuddle with. And it goes by so fast. Even Max here, going on 8 months old, still little, but not nearly as little as he used to be. And when I see now a smaller baby, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe Max used to be that little. Enjoy that time. It really is the best. Every new stage of development is going to bring its own new stage of issues, but enjoy that baby time because there's nothing like it. It truly is the best. All right, that was my tips for being a new dad from a new dad. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button if you liked this video. Share it with your friends. If you know any people that are about to be a new dad themselves, share it with them. And you can also follow Max and myself on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are at Bourbon and a Baby on all of those platforms. And you can also get yourself some great Bourbon and a Baby merchandise like Max and I happen to be wearing today. See that? We have a shop on Spreadshirt. I will put that link in the description below. Again, thanks for watching. Say bye, Max. Say bye, Max. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hab. Show that tooth. Show that tooth. Show it. Oh.